wave. So I'm going to be doing a handful of videos while we're on lockdown about the research I've been doing on Hellier's research as an indigenous two-spirit non-binary person. Especially since they didn't go the indigenous route, which is what called you guys in the first place. Because it's all intersectional. That doesn't mean it's not the other things. But so to start this out right, let me do this right. So, Rayo, Talisi, Hampton Sky House, Muddy Banks, Push Tower, Holly Boas, and Sheep Shinnecock. You may hear Muj, one of the dogs in the background barking. That's gay. He's, in a sassy mood right now. Especially Gwe Hellier. Matao Yen. We watch it great. There. We watch it great. Jabokta Kesalu Walalia. Jabokta Jal wantaqpegitg. Masochwe. Mntu wantaqpegitg. Mntu Nujisase'wamugwa'teget. Mntu that. So I finally watched. I'm gonna kind of be going backwards. I do that. Largely because I go backwards because I have found trying to work from the bottom up takes too long. So I'm starting to work from the top down. Things. And I find that tends to work better. So I finally watched the last episode of season 2, and my notes are also not just from me. My notes are mine, but I'm also influenced because everything's intersectional. I'm influenced by living in a house of other individuals who also, this is their life. They do this on the regular. This is part of just what we do. This isn't a thing we turn on or off because we don't have the capability of it in the sense of why would you, because it's part of who you are. So, I'm having a fun time translating a bunch of what you all are doing. I will start off, though, at 34:28. Why isn't anything happening? It's been happening forever. And it's happened your whole life. And so this video, like all my videos, is intersectional. This is for everybody. Whether you're directly on the Hellier crew or you're just somebody else that just popped onto this video or somebody that knows me or whatever. Because everybody's always asking why I'm always so busy with things. Y'all should look back through the numbers of 4422. Not the way you're looking at them. Not because you have to dig really hard, but it is more in your face than you have said. The notes of the month and when those letters were sent are a way of, among many other things, reminding you of something that I'm going to further go into, which is past when y'all talked to Amy when she was in jail, incarcerated. And I hope she's safe right now in all of this. I really do. I hope they just let her go home before anything terrible had happened, and otherwise I hope she's bunkered down in a safe place. And I think she knows that I mean that. Y'all stop talking about her. This is somebody that gave you so much information. And so once again, none of the information y'all have is separate from one another. It intersects with one another because you are working in a web. Because everything is a web. Especially now that we all use the web. Humans were so intent on building the first Tower of Babel, and then it got knocked down, and we all went Dark Ages, and then we did it again, and then we went Dark Ages, and we did it again. Today is Stargate, and my hope, y'all, is that you show up to, just sit wherever you're at, and join in on, opening up a new way of living, which is allowing one another the respect and decency and time and space and love and support and resources to heal through this. And to realize that our ideas of what has been, is our restriction, which is money, is not a restriction. We don't have that actual restriction, especially because by now money has become so broken. I mean, like, look at this broken infinity symbol. But you can fix that. You just connect it. And then those lines are just showing you the ways that things go, because from beyond there, things get even more intersectional. And they just branch out further, which is all notes that the Hellier crew actually had, but if they had paid attention to what was going on, instead of branching out in ways that became harder for you. Everybody's going to be going through inducing frustration. I've been inducing frustration going through watching the series, not because I dislike Hellier crew at all. I dislike what the system does to people like you, where this could have been a very different narrative, but we're in this narrative, so this is how we're going to deal with it. So you left a poor school teacher who was just trying to get this information out to save. What they heard was a woman screaming about people being tortured in the woods. They thought they heard a bobcat, and then a woman screaming, MMIW, and nothing has happened really since that, except for you guys keep trying to chase other ghosts. Ghosts. Indrid Cold's entire existence and the references to Indrid Cold being POC has been drastically ignored the entire time. You've brought it up like twice. So if Indrid Cold's black people are dying on this planet, what does that tell you? I don't need to state it more plainly than black folk are dying on this planet. And because it's intersectional, it spans out beyond that. That kills everyone. Red folk are dying, yellow folk are dying, white folk are dying. And so, why don't you protect your POC? Why don't you talk about your POC? Why don't you protect your POC? I'm talking about light-skinned POC as well. I mean, like, hi there. This is one of my things I'm making a division in my book with, so it doesn't, close. So, 4538, Gwe La Russa Bled, House 418. Connor, your digging brings the same results. This is a point where we are all able to, every prophet in their house, everyone gets to sit down, in Carnival, everyone gets to sit down now and engage with what is your personal intersection in this system. So we change this system. Because it is all governmental conspiracies and blah, blah, blah. But they're not conspiracies, y'all. If you read history books, ones that actually are written by people that aren't censoring everything, this has been the way it's been before colonists came to the Americas. So, with your 418, firstly, you get 4 points, right? If you add your next points to that, so your plane line, your direction, you will go from there into being 8. That's just math. You were saying it yourself, guys. It's just math, and math does oftentimes get in the way, clearly, because we overdo it. And when you overdo it, you just get the same thing. But for some reason, everybody just wants to keep spin cycling down into the shit, instead of rising up out of it and learning something, which is really scary to me. Miss Gay. Lurk, withdraw upon them. This is the law of the battle of conquest. I mean, how much easier does this get? Thus shall my worship be about my secret house. There's a couple ways you can look at this. You can look at this as the fact that every single species, well, species, yes, but also every single race, ethnicity, background, you name it, has gone through this at some point where what you have worshipped and been has had to be hidden inside of you. I think most of us know that right now. If you want to get an even more literal sense, as somebody who's Mi'kmaq mixed, Acadians, which are Mi'kmaq mixed with French, who were deported, and terrible, that we can go into another time, because you can just look it up. Joys of, once again, the web of the internet. Walalia. Is that, I'm trying not to channel too much Ian and Malcolm right now, Miss Gay. Though we all know we love him so much, is that Mi'kmaq back in the day, they already had crosses before the French or anybody else with crosses got here, because that's a direct link that most cultures have, because we understand directions and lines and all those kind of things, and also we all come from, one another. And because of quantum entanglement, you can never actually not be a part of one another. No matter what you tell your physical bodies, you divide yourselves by. So because of this, and that goes all the way back to, the beginning of creation. I mean, that's basics. That's where science and religion and everything else usually combines, unless they're trying to hate on one another. And that's y'all's problem that we are seeing surface right now, so you guys need to stop with that. But Mi'kmaq used to have to hide their Bibles and crosses when the British would come through checking on what anybody was doing. Because if you read, you're dead. If you, be it reading or color, you're dead. And on top of that, so therefore if they saw you doing any form of worship, you will... There's many reasons for that. One of them is that, we still have a treaty with the Pope, or I'm sorry, a charter or something like with the Pope, and this is just basic, history, where we were giving a massive amount of our exports to the Pope. That hasn't been honored for a while. We can talk about that another time. And once again, I'd like to think that money, the way we see it, is changing, because we're not going to look at it anymore like this broken game. I'm trying to do it right, and it's not this broken thing. It's us connecting to one another and working together. Because then it's not just this one little infinity symbol. This infinity symbol then cycles on its own as well, and then cycles out to other infinity symbols, and it just keeps going in any direction you guys want it to. Like, it can just go any which way. There's nothing really stopping it except for your need to divide one another. And so if the lesson right now is to get through the frustration by intersectionality, then that's what we have to do. Correct? And so those layers have had time. This was at 1 This was at, I believe, 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the show. Either that or is at 7 minutes and 3 seconds left. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was at 1 hour and 4 minutes. And 7 minutes and 3 seconds. As in, that was left in the show. How do I progress in the show was left in the show. Linear things often confuse me. I wonder why. Those layers have had time to bleed into each other, literally. So I suggest everyone who's doing anything about any of the Hellier case stuff or anything else having to do with also Pukulatmuj Bridge, and by that I mean the anarchist group up in Canada who need attention and help always. Pukulatmuj in general, which means, all the things outside of these human bodies that are they're entities of mntu, of spirit. Little stone people, yes, but there's plenty of other things to call it. Lost stone idols, many other things to call it. I suggest we be working on helping one another from at home, where we can be safe doing so. People are going to contact me. I request 2 things. One, if you have no idea of the stuff that I'm talking about, or a small amount, or you also, more importantly, have no idea having to do with indigenous histories, please tread slowly with me. I have very few spoons for additional stressors, and I will just disappear. As I've done repeatedly in the past. And those of you that have known me in this lifetime or others can attest to how much I will just... So with that, I leave you with one last little bit of help. Make sure it's from me first. Oh, okay, no, we'll do this first. 38. Let's get transformation. I don't think I need to say the last name. I think you can look it up. Tried to impose an empire on us. Asked me to explain why the British Empire had collapsed. I wanted to talk, an enormous amount of information at my fingertips. I lectured, because Wendigo will still defend itself, if asked. A system by which one race exploited many others. It was founded in assumptions of racial superiority. And that's the Wendigo trying to defend its behavior. While they may have been innocent in doing so. Yeah, no, see, once again, that's Wendigo trying to defend its behavior. And so you guys are going to be seeing this a lot as we get through the next couple months of human beings trying to get along, and the race thing keeps coming up because people are intent on not letting one another exist in equality with their freedom and their rights to live comfortably and with respect and love. So until y'all start freeing the POC and marginalized folk across the world that are going through these things, and I say marginalized folk because there are people that are not colored that go through hells that they don't need to because of the way the system is set up, which is why this is intersectional. It all interconnects to one another. If y'all want that to stop and you want this world to be a better place so we don't have worse than what's going on right now, because people are still trying to use money to get the lower classes to work and die in this while they sit at home in their towers. And we are still having people, because of fear of not having money, killing themselves and others preemptively. Like this is the Holocaust and the Nazis are coming. And I don't regret saying that. Genasimu. As gay, he hears people being stressed outside. Treat yourselves well, and when in doubt with the stressors that are coming up, remember you are all interconnected, and I will be putting up something soon on how to help you further understand how to work intersectionally. I keep trying, and then more people just don't, and it's Genasi, I know. But so now I'm just going to focus, as of today, after Stargate, on just doing what I'm meant to, which is no longer chasing people, period. Today's the last day of it, so pass here on out, y'all. I'll see you in videos. If you contact me, I'll be talking to you, but otherwise, Namaltis, I'll see you later.